Just letting you know this is only my spoiler first impressions of the episode. Check my pinned comment for a free gift related to this video. And to watch my unfiltered reactions with exclusive bonuses, join my Asha Media TV Club. The link is in the description box below. Now, here's my afterthoughts of this episode of Fringe.
Okay, I have to work backwards, because this is just so momentous. You now have an Olivia that, even though it's not the Olivia, it's an Olivia with the Olivia's memories. And the whole conversation of what makes you you. Is it the timeline you're from, right? Is the origin? Because I'm thinking of just philosophical / spiritual / religious conversations I've had that actually is a reflection of some of the episodes we've had touching on the soul component. Because with parallel universes, I'll try to say this in short, and what I'm thinking of when it comes to Olivia, and I look forward to how some of you word your perception of it, because I love reading certain comments and the way it's worded out, but the best way I can express it right now, I've had conversations where if the soul really exists, and if there are parallel universes, multiple versions of you, are you one soul broken into fragments? And each fragment is represented in each timeline? Or perhaps you're just individual souls for individual timelines, and if there are infinite timelines, then the soul in and of itself, it's like an Ouroboros of infinity. Maybe not the right term to use there, Ouroboros, but when it comes to Olivia, the complexity of that and the conversation starters that this episode presents, amongst many episodes of Fringe, obviously, but I'm saying at this point that I've reached in the series. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to finish the series and then finally be able to openly talk about things with spoilers. Okay, but staying on topic here, because I know my tendency to go off topic, I can't picture what kind of resolution are you going to get, because essentially, even if he goes back to his timeline, then this timeline exists with an Olivia that is in that kind of mental turmoil, and what choices would this Olivia do? Because if I'm understanding so far, she now has abilities manifested. So this Olivia could end up going into another universe or another timeline even, and it'll be a battle of two Olivias all over again for Peter. She has all these powers now. This is probably the most heightened Olivia we've had to date, correct? Everything she's manifested, the Prime Olivia hasn't. I don't think so. I don't remember her. Let you correct me if I'm wrong on that. So this is like the ultimate Olivia in terms of abilities. And she can cross over universes. So she might end up following Peter if Peter gets home. And I'm seeing a whole drama unfold in my mind, which I'm not going to articulate just yet. But it's part of my wacky theory process of what they could end up doing with her towards the end. I'll stop there. I'm going to consciously stop myself there because I'm itching to press play on the next episode. But, yeah. Okay, let's keep going forward. Question mark, what's going to happen to this Olivia? We'll see. But we now know for sure Peter is not going to make the same mistake. He's not going to be looking into someone's eyes without seeing who that person really is, right? Looking into your eyes. The windows to the soul. I've heard it all. I've received my share of feedback on many fronts with that whole episode. Okay, the marionette one I'm talking about. So I'm happy to see, okay, we're back to, he now has every reason, Peter, every reason to not be sidetracked. Let's get back to your timeline. He had September, which is now the big thing with this episode. September tell him, listen, that's your Olivia. That's where everything was meant to be, like everything that for your future, for perhaps saving the world or what thereof. It all comes back with you being with that Olivia, and touches on a lot with what Sam Weiss was telling Nina. Whichever, oh yeah. Because at that time, it was faux Olivia that they were presenting, whether he chose faux Olivia or whether he chose Olivia, but it likely meant any and all of Olivia is present, and which one he chooses determines the future. So now that he knows through September's validation as well, that the prime Olivia must be the one he goes back to, which thankfully is the one he loves, like, goes together, it'll somehow change things. Ay, ay, ay. I know there's so many puzzle pieces I'm not grappling with it, but that's okay. That's okay. I think this is deliberate. This is part of the process of watching the show. Better late to accept it than never accept that. So, yes. He now has his conviction, and I presume we're not going to focus on him getting into that machine and trying to go back to his timeline. Okay. Now, September. Let's focus on him now, because he was the big, moment, and then having Peter in his mind. I like that touch back with it. This time he goes in to the mind of someone, and it's similar to how Olivia went into her boy's mind from the first episode. That was a nice kind of bring a bridge together with all the seasons, back to square one kind of thing. But anyway, all the stuff that he saw, but of course the most amazing moment, and the moment that really captures everything for him on an emotional level, is the son he had, Henry. And then you have September telling him, well, you had that son, but the choice to sacrifice yourself erased that reality. That was good. That was very powerful. Very powerful. That's definitely a scene I gotta rewatch, and I'll rewatch it while I'm editing. It's the only time I get to really rewatch things. Yeah, so that was just amazing. And I like how as soon as he got into his mind, the first thing that September shows him is the beginning of creation, as they want to depict it with the Big Bang and everything, which I thought was fascinating, and then leading up to everything else that he wanted to show him. And usually when they give you visuals like that, there's all kinds of stuff going on, so I look forward to whoever, if you want to break down what was shown in each of the frames, if that was maybe something of note, Easter eggs of whatever, that'd be cool. Okay, so this is an overwhelming episode. Okay, so let me just move forward, and I'm just gonna leave it at this part here of the whole Nina thing. Wow. Capital W, capital O, capital W, because that is the biggest surprise of all for me. Believe it or not. September is not even that much of a surprise as a Nina thing. He's close behind. But Nina, damn. So she's working for Jones, and it comes back to William Bell. Because in the Prime verse, William Bell was suspected very highly, and I'm being repetitive on this, and I'm doing this deliberately because I want you to know this is where my train of thought is going. William Bell was suspected to have been funding ZFT, the group. Now, although the ZFT group is not mentioned by name, the concept of a group of people led by Jones, that's what I've been trying to express, and I've noted in the YouTube comments a couple of viewers, you seem to have misunderstood, but then again, I'm not the best at expressing myself, so it's whatever. The point is, what I'm trying to get at is, if they pretty much indicated that he funded the ZFT group in that timeline, and I'm not convinced that William Bell is dead in this timeline, because I just think that's too easy of a story, but then again, they could surprise me there too. It could be a completely different thing. Anyway, I'll still continue with, I'm still suspicious William Bell is in the picture, and if you got Nina working for Jones now, whichever version. I think this is supposed to be the Redverse version then. Or is this... I'm not clear on that right now. But you got Amy now working for Jones. And then if William Bell is really still puppet master in scenes there, anticipate that I'm going to be like, of course. If he shows up and he's like officially then, behind the whole thing, but to what ends? For what? That's kind of the thing, because Jones wanted Olivia to have her abilities in season 1 in order for them to fight the Redverse. So in this case, is it the same motivations to just fight the other world? And then the Observers in and of itself, I'm not even going to comment on that, because I might give myself a headache trying to overthink that. All I know now is that they seem to have, as Walter said it, they seem to have yanked him out, and he's probably back to where he's from, and he's in a lot of trouble. He's going to be grounded. I don't know. So, Ashamoji-wise, I realize I haven't even said my Ashamojis. I didn't say my Ashamoji in the last reaction, so this Ashamoji is a 5 for sure. It was amazing. It was amazing. This is one of my favorite episodes of the series so far. The favorite episode thus far of the season. And if there's going to be an episode that's going to top this one in terms of just, not just entertainment, but narrative and extra stuff and extra reveals, like all that put together in one stew, well executed visually, even editing wise and pacing wise. Hey, I'm there for that. So yeah, there you have it. Those are my afterthoughts after watching episode 14 from the 4th season of Fringe. If you want access to my reactions, my full reactions, uncut, unfiltered, early access at that, details on joining my club is in the description box below for you. Check it out if that interests you. But in the meantime, I'm going to tune out and peace out until the next episode, people. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos.